All right, anyway, so what am I hearing about this eye for an eye match? Tell me I'm not hearing what I think I'm hearing.
I've only seen a little bit about it. I think you're hearing exactly what you're hearing. There will be a match, I'm assuming one of these cinematic matches. Rey Mysterio Jr. versus Seth Rollins. Eye for an eye. You have to pull your opponent's eyeball out of their skull in order to win.
Okay, this is legitimately being advertised as the way to win the match is to legitimately, they're trying to purport to the people that one of these gentlemen is going to legitimately pull the other one's eyeball out of their fucking head. Is what you're saying to me.
That's from what I've read. I mean,
there's no loophole here. It's not just a fancy tagline.
I haven't watched any of the programs building up this match. I mean, the last time we watched any of these shows, I don't remember there being a blood feud between Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins, so this seems to kind of pop up out of nowhere.
They know that. I read a little bit. I know enough to know they did some kind of fucking angle. And I think Mysterio's son was involved somehow. But something, they went for somebody's eye. But they're, please tell me, look up on the internet now. Certainly they've got advertising material out for this contest. They're not trying to legitimately say to the public at large that one of these fuckers is going to pull the other one's eyeball out. That's the way you win the match. Even Bill Watts would not have presented that match in that way. I'm dumbfounded to try to figure out what the fuck that they're thinking.
Here's the official copy from WWE.com. Rey Mysterio versus Seth Rollins, eye for an eye match. The Horror Show at Extreme Rules added a new level of terror as Rey Mysterio and Seth Rollins will meet in an eye for an eye match. Mysterio teamed with Kevin Owens to defeat Rollins and Murphy for the right to choose the gory stipulation where a winner can only, I think they left out a word here, a winner can only be determined by extracting the opponent's eye. The Monday Night Messiah has tormented the legendary luchador for months and nearly ended Mysterio's career with a gruesome attack on his eye. With his career in jeopardy, the iconic superstar watched as his son Dominic got involved to defend his father's honor. But Dominic found himself in Rollins' sight as well. With Rollins attempting to replicate the same brutal ocular assault on Dominic, Mysterio promised to get an eye for an eye from the devious superstar. Can Mysterio achieve the ruthless justice he craves? Or will Rollins finish the barbaric attack that set this match in motion? Don't miss The Horror Show at Extreme Rules, streaming on the award-winning WWE Network, Sunday, July 19th at 7 p.m. And I guess we know the next pay-per-view we need to watch.
Oh, for fuck's sake. No, but so what's going to happen after this match when both these guys still have both their eyes? Or has one of them agreed, okay, I got two, so you can take the left one. I'm right-eyed anyway. How are they... Even if they try to do some fucking cinematic special effect, then the loser of the match is going to cover up one of his eyes forever. From now on. Every time he's on television, every time he wrestles, ever.
They're not saying the eyeball has to be detached from the skull, just popped out of the skull. Vader had his eye popped out.
What the... Why? Who thought that was a good idea? How the fuck? If I had gone up to Vince McMahon in 1997 and said, "Hey Vince, how about this?" He would have drug tested me. He would have fucking laughed at me. He would have said, "How can we promise that, pal?" That's fucking ignorant. It's stupid. It once again makes, no matter how good these guys are, whether Mysterio's over or Seth Rollins' a great worker, whatever the fuck, it makes all of their efforts meaningless if the people are laughing and giggling about something going into big horror. The horror of it. Nobody believes that either one of these motherfuckers are going to pull the other one's eyeball out. And I don't think you're going to do anything to change anybody's mind between now and July 19th. So, if you can market it as going to be a great wrestling match, and who knows what's going to happen, and maybe somebody might get in, the bad neck or whatever the fuck, that's one thing. But, we're going to have a match, and, like all the other phony matches that we have that are obviously phony in this company that nobody tries to make fucking even look halfway legitimate. But this match over here, these guys somebody's going to pull somebody's eyeball out. Fuck you. It just fucking, is this now just a kid show? Is this Lidsville? Is this fucking Sid and Marty Krofft have bought the WWF? And now we've got fucking HR Puffin stuff instead of Stone Cold Steve Austin. What the fuck is going on here? See, here's the thing. How stupid does this have to get?
Was it Friday the 13th 3D where the guy had his eye pop out and it shot towards the camera?
I never did that 3D bullshit anyway because those glasses bothered me. Oh. So I don't care.
Well, the movie is aired in standard definition on television for the last 35 years.
Hey, after the first Friday the fucking 13th, they're all the goddamn same.
No, that's not true. The first one's not even the best one.
An eye for an eye. They could get Terry Funk to come out and be special referee.
Do you think Seth Rollins will be able to wrestle with an eye patch? Do you think he can market the eye patch?
No, I think they're just going to fuck the people. And nobody's going to lose their eye. They're either going to have a non-finish where nobody loses an eye, or they're going to try to purport to people that somebody did lose an eye, but it's going to be obviously phony, and they're still going to have an eye the next time they see them, and it's all going to be goddamn gaga, which is why I scoff laugh at fucking wrestling.
Do you think it's a missed opportunity billing it as an eye for an eye instead of ocular assault?
At least that would have done some good because it would have sent a lot of people to the dictionary or to Google to look up ocular. They've gone off the deep end, and I think Vince has an even more invincible, no pun intended, viewpoint now on his company because I'm sure somebody has showed him some of the things AEW is doing, and we'll get to that here in a second, and I'm sure he's laughed at them. And I'm sure now that he thinks, well, we can just do these mini movie things and blah, 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 and all this other cutting edge new wrestling stuff and pull out eyes and everything. And who gives a shit? Because nobody's going to touch him. Because nobody's going to fucking touch him.
Have you seen what else is on this show?
No, I have not, as a matter of fact.
I'm just looking now that I'm on their website.
Give me the big card.
Well, here's one of the matches. Braun Strowman versus Bray Wyatt in a Wyatt swamp fight. The horror show at WWE Extreme Rules will become even more terrifying when Universal Champion Braun Strowman and Bray Wyatt meet in a non-title Wyatt swamp fight. I think going non-title there was probably a good move. Wyatt ended his harrowing silence by resurrecting from the dead. What the hell is this? By resurrecting the dead from the Firefly Funhouse and shocked the Universal Champion. After a week of soul searching, Strowman responded adamantly and promised to drag Wyatt into the swamp to let the alligators finish the job.
What the fuck? Who is this?
As Wyatt's maniacal
wait a minute, is this the fucking 4th grade book club?
As I'm determined to read this now because I like this. Right. As Wyatt's maniacal laugh echoed through the WWE Performance Center, Strowman knew the die had been cast for the Wyatt swamp fight. The monster among men, bested his old family member with black sheep mind games at WWE Money in the Bank. Will Strowman once again dig into his inner darkness, or is Wyatt laying a devastating trap for his rival? So we have an eye for an eye as well as the Wyatt swamp fight. What are your thoughts on this match?
I just was hoping they'd go for a tooth. Maybe the winner of this match has to extract a front tooth. Hat on a hat, gimmick on a gimmick. Are they they're gimmicking the whole show up? with this. These two are having a fight in a swamp. The other two are going to fucking pull each other's eyeball out.
Well, it looks like the rest of the card may be a normal, or traditional, maybe I should say, wrestling show.
Oh, well, how boring.
Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler for the WWE Championship.